Recently, in attempts of battling the epidemic of teenage pregnancy in Guyana, the government received financial assistance from the India-United Nations Developmental Partnership Fund to decrease adolescent pregnancies by 10% by 2020, specifically targeting regions 1 and 9. Minister of Public Health, Valda Lawrence, Indian High Commissioner to Guyana Venkatachalam Mahingalam, Director of the UNFPA Sub-Regional Office for the Caribbean Alison Drayton, United Nations Resident Coordinator in Guyana Makiko Tanaka, Chairwoman of the Gender Equality Commission Indra Chandrapal, along with members of the Diplomatic Corps, were in attendance of the launching of the Reducing Adolescent Pregnancy in Guyana project at the Sophia Exhibition Center. UNFPA's Director of the Sub-Regional Office in the Caribbean, Alison Drayton, highlighted the alarming incidence and prevalence of teenage pregnancy in the region and noted the need for urgent change.
There are more than 165 million young persons in Latin America and the Caribbean, and in Guyana, persons aged 10 to 24 account for the largest proportion, 31% of our population. You will hear repeatedly today that Guyana has the highest rate of adolescent pregnancy in the English-speaking Caribbean. We can change that, and indeed we must. And I should mention that it is the highest rate in the English-speaking Caribbean, the second highest in Latin America and the Caribbean, and the Caribbean is second only to sub-Saharan Africa in terms of our rates of adolescent pregnancy. This is something we can and must change.
The UNFPA unveiled that in developing countries, 20,000 girls under the age of 18 give birth every day, which totals 7.3 million births a year. In Guyana, 74 out of every 1,000 Amerindian girls between the ages of 15 to 19 years in regions 1, 7, and 9 become pregnant. Minister Valda Lawrence, during her feature address, touched on some of the contributory factors.
Some of the contributory factors being lack of access to contraceptives and comprehensive sexual education, risky sexual behaviors, and early sex. We heard on the video, a young lady said from the age of 14, she began to have sex. And there is also another overriding factor that many times we overlook, and that is the cultural differences.
The minister divulged some key initiatives which will be utilized in reducing adolescent pregnancy in Guyana, specifically in the target regions.
Bringing the quality of service to the same level we enjoy in the coastal regions and communities. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this project forms part of that vision. And the ministry's focus for the targeted adolescent group include adolescent-friendly health facilities, pregnancy support groups, community parenting groups, all initiatives being used to improve access to health care services, and more specifically, to address teenage pregnancy.
The Reducing Adolescent Pregnancy in Guyana project is being facilitated through a US $559,000 grant from the India-United Nations Development Partnership Fund. Amel Griffith reporting for HDP Nightly News.